After being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kineas, the Skydude. All right, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space. Kineas here. Happy Sunday to you. Episode number 375, can you believe it? Hey, I have a super chat goal in mind. Well, the computer told me, get a goal. Start with super chat. Try to get one. I got one, thanks to Hazardous. The best I can think to right now at the early stage here is to put up a big thank you screen for the super chat. I would like to get 5. And I would like to add your name to this. Well, it'll be a different one because this one's kind of now oriented only towards showing one person. I'm going to have to condense it down or make a video so it flips screens and shows the next person. I don't know what to do yet. I'll figure it out. But I want some way to show my appreciation for super chatters. So please, I'd like to get 5 super chats in a live stream. That'd be awesome. If not, hey, likes are worth gold. Please hit that like button every time you stop in. Please, please, please make it a habit. It helps so much. I can't even begin to tell you. All right. So we are doing well. And I think I'm going to go ahead and report at the moment and say that the Skydive exploit works. So we're back up to 3,927,245 credits. All right. And I've been out there kind of grinding a search and rescue mission. I'm really enjoying that Savage Cub. I mean, really, really. But the other companies seem to be working. So if you don't know what the Skydive passive exploit is, stick around and I'll tell you about it. All right. So today is going to be another day of search and rescues. That's the title. Daylight savings. So I picked up a couple of new aircraft and a couple of new companies, as you see. So search and rescue, skydiving. Did I pick up anything else? That may be it. So well, I don't want to be a tease. I really don't. So I said I'll stick around and I'll tell you about the skydive exploit. Let me just get it out of the way. So I'm not going to say definitively it's working, but it sure seems to be. And that is when you need to leave your computer for an extended period of time, walk away for a break, a long break, or go to sleep, that you can load up a skydive mission and start the mission, get everybody loaded into your aircraft to begin the mission, and then walk away. Shut down your screens, go off, do your thing, pass out, and when you come back, restart the mission and then abort the mission. Now, what I think is happening is that while you're away and sitting there in a skydive mission, your other passive pilots will keep working. It seems to be the only one, and it might have something to do with that mission is not based on a time. It's based on reaching altitude. Something like that. I don't fully understand it yet. You know why it's working? But whatever. I was just complaining the other day saying, hey, if I'm the owner, I shouldn't be required to put in 8 hours a day for my employees to put in 8 hours a day. And I'd really appreciate it if they just worked on their own for X amount of hours a day. I mean, I'm the one buying the planes. I'm the one, doing all the repairs. They could at least just, without my prompting, put in 8 hours a day, or a way to schedule them. Go. Kick it off. I want you in the air. I'm going to go out and have lunch. You're going to go fly. So unless they come up with something like that, hey, I was getting mad and I thought, well, okay, I don't really like keeping my computer on overnight, just sitting there. But they seem to be contributing. They had something like 300,000 or 400,000 worth of credits that they had accumulated. So I don't know. It seems to be. I'll know more as we go. I haven't crunched the numbers entirely. I'm not really big on crunching numbers in general. Crunchy numbers. Hey, Hazardous is in the chat room. Oh, I hope you saw my my screen. Back out of here. Oh no, that's just the job that I want. Getting ahead of myself. Like, ugh. All right, we're gonna get going here in just a moment. Take off. Okay. $1,410 credits to move the aircraft. I've been babying the heck out of this thing, and I'm not really good with tail dragger landings, but she's really nice. And I've been real scared on some of the terrain I've been landing on. It's been pretty rough. And one time I landed I had to land sideways on the side of a hill. Because you've got to be next to the person you're going to rescue. You can't be a mile off. And I wish they would. Because some of these places are really rough. And I wish that it would be based on your proximity, not your aircraft's proximity to the lost person. So you'll have to, find the best spot in the area, put it down, and then make your way over to the person. And then when you've come within 10 feet or 50 feet or whatever, that it triggers. Right now, it's based on how close your plane is. So anyway, I had to park it sideways on a hill, and it was just treacherous. I couldn't turn around. I had to roll backwards and try to make my way rolling backwards next to the rescue person. No bueno. Oh no. Oh, I see. It's spelled wrong. I'll fix it. But that's okay. No, it's not okay. It's darn right unacceptable, I tell you. Darn right unacceptable. How dare it? How dare you, AI? Probably my fault. I was probably the one that typed it in wrong. I was really hustling this morning trying to get things done before getting going. It's been a lazy Sunday. I hope everything's been going with you going good with you in your live streams. I don't know if you're back to doing Minecraft today or what you're doing today, if streaming at all.
Thanks for speeding things up. As you know, we have a situation here. Here's a quick recap. Emergency call from Ahumada. A man has gone missing with a car near Ahumada Desert. The configuration of this desertic region is quite challenging. And
really? Did I not put gas in? Hello! Happy Sunday to...
Locate her fast. We'll try to get you more details, and I'll check regularly if you need anything once you're on site, or if you can't find the location. I'll stay on the radio the whole operation to assist you if needed.
Okay. Hey, happy Sunday to Almost Aaron. He says good luck. Thank you, Admiral. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back up to 3.8, 3.9 million, saving up. You said keep in mind maybe one of those CJ3, CJ4s, whatever they're called. So, yeah, thinking about that. Oh no, can I not put the gas in? Did I have restarted? How much fuel do we have? Where's the fuel indicator? Heck, where's the fuel? Or is it one of these and I'm just not used to the dial? Oil temperature bar CHT. I can't those too well. Well, you know, I can always do... No, I don't want to do that. Okay.
Mike November Kilo traffic.
Mike.
Sierra Kilo 412. Taking off runway 26, north departure. Mike November Kilo.
Mike. Oh boy. There's a lot to be desired with the media player. I wish I could revamp that whole thing the way I want. I need to find me something that's more DJ friendly, something that doesn't blow out everything. Well, that's another thing, but just easier. They don't think at all about broadcasting when they made media player, so I need to find something. Tracks that I'm looking for, they're being a pain in the ass to find and put into the queue. So I could just keep going and say, okay, we're getting ready to take off. I don't want to bore you with all this. This is going to be a bit long, so I just want to play some music for you. So you're going to be listening to the 420 show and tracks from who first? Maybe Brad Sucks? Again, I'll work it out. Be right back. Play now. And now they're not hearing anything? Oh, you dog.
It's time to puff puff pass. You're listening to the 420 show on Trek Radio.
This show brought to you by Migach. I'm replicating that.
Oh, you know what else I found coming up today? Hey, stop it. Not you. I also found some old Paul Harvey. Anybody remember who Paul Harvey was? Easy on the throttle with the brakes, Admiral almost there and says, yeah. These things are they can be dangerous. This one's been a beauty and not so rough on that, you know, like immediately tipping over. So it's been really, really nice. Okay. I wonder if you can use broadcast tools with this and integrate those in somehow. Like Sam Broadcaster. Something like Sam Broadcaster. That's what I need. Maybe so. Maybe I should just use that and try to tie it into the desktop or something. Yeah, and then the media player, if you search for something, like we'll play it. You know, I found it. What do you want to do with it? Put it in the queue or?
Hey, this is Brad from Brad Sucks, and you're listening to Kineas on
Trek Radio.
Hey, this is Brad from Brad Sucks, and you're listening to Kineas on
Trek Radio.
And then it repeats. It doesn't go into the you thing. They don't make it easy at all. All right, well, time to go. Hang on to your hats. This one's kind of heavy. Happy Sunday to you all. Oh, that's nice. No taxi. Just to go. Well, thank goodness. Delayed enough.
I wanna do my own thing, but I think I followed a trend. It's been suggested, maybe
I wanna be your best friend. Yeah.
blind in my eye holes and just trying hard to see. I can tell by your middle finger that you're warming up to me.
Yeah.
assigned search area. Check it regularly. No news yet from my side, but the relatives appreciate your help. They're quite concerned, as you can imagine. We all hope you'll bring her back home, buddy.
Heavy stuff from Brad Sucks. 52 minutes after the hour. Yeah, I'm talking there. Crazy. So thank you again for, I don't know if they're still in there. Hazardous and Admiral Almost Aaron just stopped in. Tips of the day: monitor your fuel. And in one of these, easy on the throttle and brakes. These things can tip over. So, and you want to use brakes, not parking brake. So if you're new to the simulator, brakes and parking brakes are separate. Turn this down a little bit. Brakes and parking brakes are not the same in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So you're going to want to set brakes. If you...
Skydude searchers, hope things are going well.
Yeah, they're going
You
well.
should be able to spot anything
Good enough.
unusual from up there. We need to move fast. Keep us posted.
Yeah. So, if you have parking brakes set and you land this thing and kick that off, chances are you're going to tip right onto your face. It's already challenging enough to land these things. Now, with your brakes, yeah, that's separate. Now, they don't lock. So, tap. You can hold them, but sometimes it's better to just, tap on the brakes, and then increase the pressure until you're ready to stop and then hold it down. And then you engage your parking brake. So it was Admiral Aaron who said, in the early stages of your company, this is probably one of the fastest methods to make money. So and you can skip these transition periods, going over to the search area and coming back, and the taxi, yada yada, to make it even faster. But again, they're not too far, 5-7 miles, 12 miles out there and back. Gives us a chance to talk and hang out. Listen to some good music, maybe some old-time radio. I've got a Paul Harvey clip coming up. I don't want to tell you too much about it. I haven't heard it, or I don't recall it. So sometimes it's a mystery who he's talking about until you get the big aha. Then there's usually the rest of the story. I don't remember how long these things are up, but I found it, and I'll look it up. See how long the thing is. Yeah, we're already here.
Claudia isn't a regular in the area apparently, but she knows to stay put and wait for rescue to come if there's any problem.
Well, that's good. Everybody so far that you're picking up, they're all pretty well versed. So I was watching Aaron's recent video doing one of these, and he's like, how did I miss that? You flew right over it, and then on your second pass, it was just right there. I kind of am starting to think they're timed. Sometimes they're like the difficulty level. Sometimes as soon as you get here, you can see them. Like I've just gone into the zone and immediately, oh, they're right there. Okay, pick them up. Others I've crossed the zone 2, 3, 4 times. Like you saw the other night. One of them was just, man, where in the heck are they? We had
I think you identified the search area, right?
Right.
Fine.
Yeah, fine. Fine. Whatever. So some of these, as soon as you enter the search area, it's like, oh, they're right there. How nice.
Known position is right in this area. You should be able to spot her vehicle. All orange.
And so I wonder if also it's you. I don't know, but it sure seems like I've gone around and around and I've come to the same conclusion. How did I miss them on my first pass? How did I not see that? And one of the things you suggested was that maybe you're up too high, but on some of them I've been up very high and still been able to see the smoke. Or the flashing. They usually are flashing a mirror at you, and then you can make out smoke. So normally I would come in and I would stay as high as possible, so I had a wider view, and then they usually pop up. I don't know. See, now, right now, that kind of looks like them at 2 o'clock. Something reflecting there. Not an orange truck, a white something. Not flashing now. I've never been able to spot it by the truck. I've only been able to spot it by the flashing and the smoke. Yeah, not flashing. That's a house. Can't tell if that's smoke over there. Do a pass. Have to turn around anyway. You see a flashing mirror anywhere or a puff of smoke, you let me know. But normally it just jumps right on out. So sometimes these can go super fast. That's my point, I guess. Yeah, it was a puff of smoke. There they are, right there. So that looks relatively calm. Like a calm place to land.
I'm sure she is not far. Track an orange 44 truck down.
Yeah, we have
Care
tracked
12. Skydude searchers. No need to search that far. The guys from Ahimada are already patrolling there.
I like how smooth the aircraft is near the ground, and the ground effect can really be problematic on some planes. And once you get into like not hover, but you know, the proper speed, she's got the torque to like climb a mountain. Just feels like driving a little tractor around. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, 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 tap.
Skydude searchers, Care 12. I found a vehicle. She managed to stay safe at a safe spot.
Oh, sorry about your vehicle, ma'am.
North,
My wing.
06.
You know what I mean about rolling backwards? The other day I was on one way up higher. I had to roll down from kind of like one of the smaller peaks up ahead there. There we go. And you have to engage your parking brake for it to trigger.
Thankfully, it's turned out okay. Hurry back. We're all waiting.
So let me see if I can turn off my brake and spin us around. Okay. Throttle going. And she takes off in just the shortest distance at full flaps. Beautiful thing. All right, so we need to be going back the other way. See if we can skirt these hills.
Hey, Claudia, we've just got off the phone with someone in your family. Everyone is so relieved. They've asked us to let you know they're counting the minutes until they see you.
You talk to them again. Please tell them I miss them so much too.
Sure.
Okay. I've got a super chat goal going, and we've got it's for the top super chatters, but my goal was to get 1, and I got 1, and now my goal is to get 5. Yeah, it added an extra D. Hazzard. And it cut off the OUS. It needs to be hazardous. Oh man. Yeah, I'll fix it. Yeah. We'll just say this was just the mock-up. Just the thumbnail. I was really trying to hurry this morning, get things going, so I was just like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, let's go. So I would like to get 5 super chats. Please come into the chat and do a super chat. I'm not following you. Please say hello anyway, and I will go to your channel and subscribe.
I hope towing service will be able to help tow the car back to me. Because I can owe money, son. I feel like we're abandoned. It's alright for now. I know nothing will happen until tomorrow.
Gorgolus Nebula. Bloom-tinged gaseous nebula studied by the Enterprise D in 2369.
No idea why things turned bad this
Perhaps.
fast. Luckily, I was
Planet
able to
where,
take shelter
according
here,
to
and
Vosh,
then you found
he
me.
was known as the God
Oh,
of
shit.
Lies.
Hi, this is Arthur Uriel.
Oh, no, it's not.
Listen to my favorite Star Trek DJ, Phineas. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and stay in touch on my website, arthururiel.com.
Sounds like the voice he does for that song, He Can, She Can, We Can. Great tune. All of his music, I love every bit of it. Got a little bit off track there, looking over at the media player. Our new media player. Have something short? Five minutes? Another one from Brad Sucks then, hey? And we'll never have. Thank you, Admiral. Thank you, Admiral. Flaps. Yep. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Brad Sucks. I don't know that I want to follow that traffic pattern. All the way over there, I'm here. There's a lot of different ways to enter a traffic pattern. They always seem to give you the longest one possible. A legitimate one landing pattern is crossing the runway at midway. So, right, here's the runway. I mean, it's basically the pattern we have in front of us, but you do away with the teardrop. But you're allowed to enter the pattern here. You can enter it and now turn right and do your left and then come in. Or you can cross it. And this shouldn't count against you. It's usually crossing at a midway, but there's another runway at midway. And then, cut it.
Track number 2 from the album Out of It.
No, I don't want you. I'm trying to respond to connect to Arrival. There we go. Maybe Hazardous will be back to his farming simulator today. And again, Admiral, I did watch that the latest video you put up, the short on. How did I miss that? Yes, sir. Feel the exact same way. I don't know. How did I miss that?
Mike November, Kilo traffic. Kid Sierra Kilo, 412. 2 miles east, 4500, inbound to land, runway 08. Mike November, Kilo.
It's not allowing me to do. There it goes. My final.
Kilo traffic. Kid Sierra Kilo 412 is on final. Runway 08. To land. Mike November, Kilo.
Racks me up. Mike. Unassigned landing area. Well, how? I've noticed that multiple times now, where the gates are bringing you in one way, and then it's telling you that you're not authorized to land that way. Do they want us coming in the other direction? I don't know, but there's no runway numbers. I mean, I suppose the direction that we're going, we can determine a number. But again, if you can't trust the gates, or was I a little too far over? I'm not really sure. Whatever. I don't feel that was my problem. Did I click the link? Did you click the link I sent you on Discord? Whoa. No, but I can do that right now.
Back, Skydude searchers, you did great. It's heartwarming to see that woman and her family reunited.
I think I've forgotten to turn on Discord in general. Not bad. Yeah, so much going on trying to launch a show. Farmer Tech is IO. Cool. It's good to see Farmer Tech. Howdy. Quite a few messages, direct messages. Hazardous. Studio, YouTube, channel. Share your videos with friends, family, and the world. You're invited to collaborate. Hazardous FDM channel collaboration. Oh, yes. I can do the same. Yes. The collaboration option. That's cool. I'm always the one sending out the collaboration invites. It's kind of neat. Thank you very much. It's neat getting one. Let me pop myself into my... Oh, you have a boost goal. Atlas Commander has a boost goal. That's cool. Good luck, sir. Young gentleman. All right. I'm in my voice channel. If anybody wants to jump in this Sunday, just chit chat or just hang out or anything. I can send you a collaboration link as well. So the doors are open. The doors are open, and I wanted to find another job. Oh, great. 98%, 100, and undesignated landing area. We still got a super out of it. That's nice. $284,000. That did not take long at all. Reputation bonus, 25,000. No skip bonus, 1,000. We're so close. I don't believe I've ever had a superior rating. And I don't want to get too, oh, I'm so close, because in the very next job that I take, I'll probably blow that. I've never been able to hold or hit a superior rating before. Reputation. So I got my fingers crossed. Getting better every day. 195. Level 195. I think that's the highest level Kenius has ever achieved in anything. He started out as my Dungeons and Dragons character, and I was mad because in the past, every time we would play, everybody would chicken out or peter out. The game would peter out before anybody got any significant levels. So you never got to explore what being like 12th level was like. Heck, I never for years got to explore what being 8th level or over was like. But one day I got really mad and I'm like, that's it. I'm not creating any more Dungeons and Dragons characters. I'm going to create one more. And I'm going to use this character for absolutely everything that I do. And I'm going to keep increasing his experience to the dumb levels. Hazardous joined the voice chat. Happy Sunday to you, Hazardous. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. What's up? Thank you for the collaboration invite.
Well, you helped so much on my previous stream with all your information, and you were talking so much that it only made sense that I did that.
Well, I'm absolutely certain that I was talking a lot. Yeah, absolutely. Driving people mad. I was really pushing you to use that autopilot, and I'm still going to mentally. You'll get comfortable with it sooner or later. It'll happen. Oh, it'll just naturally happen. At some point, you're gonna want to make it your best friend.
Yeah. For training, I don't know why, but I feel like it's cheating. If I'm out in free fly or something, I have no issue using autopilot.
Right. It sure is a lot to juggle in the training, though, right? Remain on the core setting, remain at an altitude, pull off these maneuvers, hit your marks. They hit you with a whole lot.
It's like rubbing your stomach, patting your head,
yes,
whistling a perfect tune.
Uh-huh.
all at the same time.
You know, and I actually appreciate that you don't want to jump into the automation right away. It is a good idea to be able to handle all that manually.
Make sure I have it down before I start tinkering with other stuff and layering.
That's just I guess a vice of mine now that I've been at it so long, is that, you know, in these tests I want to, you know, now I do. I used to be the same way. I feel that I better fly it by hand. And I didn't know how to use the autopilot early on, and it was always killing me, so then I got scared of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But now it's like I need to get an A. I'm gonna, on every test now, if I can use the autopilot, I'm using the autopilot for everything. Take the workload off. What do you have coming up today? Anything going on?
Here in just a few minutes, I will be working with Captain Atlas.
Nice.
We are collaborating on a massive Farm Simulator 25 playthrough.
Nice. I saw his recent shorts he's been putting up. Like, he's really getting into the Captain Atlas persona, unless it is a character that I don't know about. I'm figuring it's his character, but he's got these videos up like the creatures, the mythical creatures of the Captain Atlas universe. You know, so he'll put up a short about the sky dragons and other creatures that populate his universe. Have you seen any of those yet?
No.
They're really recent, like yesterday or the day before. So, I like that. He's really getting into the character thing. Unless it's for another role-playing game. I just don't know. I haven't chatted with him about it yet, but neat.
Yeah, I'll have to ask him about that.
Collaborating on Farm Simulator. Will that be at your normal 3:30 time or his time? What are you doing?
It's starting a half hour earlier, so at 3.
Okay. That's Mountain Standard Time?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to keep going. I hope you don't mind.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yeah, half an hour from now. So, yeah, I'm going to keep going here. But I might tune in, you know, in the background.
You're welcome to. You don't have to.
And monitor. Okay.
Only if you want to.
I think you've
got stuff to pay attention to in that. So
as soon as I get some extra coinage, I really want to get it. I am. You guys have got me so hooked on it. There was the initial gentleman that I mentioned earlier, Farmer, and he was playing it. And now you're playing it, and now Atlas is playing it. And the more I watch it.
Do I need to buy it for you?
No. You won't even let me send the super chat back to you.
Well, because you can't. I'm not monetized. You can't. Unless you send it, you click the link in my channel description and do it that way.
And do a donation that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, hey, folks, don't forget to like and subscribe. Both Hazardous and Almost Aaron in my chat room. If you're working your way up towards company, especially if you're working your way up towards company, thinking about it, you might want to consider some of the advice Admiral Aaron can pass on to you. And it's all been really good. I've ignored most of it because I'm stubborn, and I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I wanted to do my thing first, kind of like with the manual flying. But his advice is impeccable. It is all correct. And it's ways to really, really, really quickly earn money with your company and strategies for creating a company. So, and Hazardous is playing all kinds of things, like the Farm Simulator, and then he's going to be adding other games to it, his repertoire. Oh yeah, Minecraft. You just recently added Minecraft back to your repertoire.
I'll play it once in a while. It's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be like a common thing, but I'll bounce into it periodically for something a little different. I'm more of a simulator guy, so Flight Simulator is going to be probably the main thing I play, and then Farming Simulator is secondary, and then I'll probably have Minecraft and a few other games that I dabble with.
Non sequitur. Any chance that you have ever heard of a gentleman named Paul Harvey?
Hey, what would you do if I just like bought you Farm Simulator?
No. No.
Let's see, store page. How much is this again? Oh, it's only $30.
Only.
Dust Bowl. The configuration of this deserted
Have to
region
cart.
is quite challenging, and we haven't heard
Few
from him
cart.
yet, which is very concerning. We need you to locate him fast.
As a gift.
We'll do our best to get you
No.
more intel or help you finding the site.
Oh, wait.
out there. I'll radio you
I need to
regularly
have you
check
on
your
my
okay.
friends list. Tell me your name on Steam.
Let's see what my name I'm using on Steam. No. No. No.
Come on. Genius. I'm gonna search.
It's either that or it's under my old. I mean, and again, I had another side character that I was playing there for a while called well, it should be under Kinius, and it should be one of my logos. It should look. You should be able to tell it's me.
Is it like a red flag with a pair of headphones?
Yep.
I got you now, buddy.
Yeah, the red flag and the headphones. That the red flag is the United Federation of Planets flag.
Oh, okay. From Star Trek.
Right, and then the headphones for my podcasting or broadcasting.
Okay. The only reason I knew that was you is because it has your T. How do you say your last name? Tuthill?
Tuthill, like King Tut.
Tuthill. Okay. I see the TH and it makes me want to make that noise. So.
So, have you ever heard of a gentleman named Paul Harvey?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
So Paul Harvey, when I was growing up, I think he was AM at the time, but my dad and we'd be on the road a lot, me and my dad. And he always listened to this radio guy named Paul Harvey, and I was kind of bummed when it first came on because I really wanted to hear music. And then I would just settle down and pay attention and listen. And Paul Harvey ended up being one of the most amazing broadcasters in history. And he is really, really famous. So, I'm going to be playing this Paul Harvey episode. And I might have to stop and start it a few times. See here. Paul Harvey. Anyway, I know you got stuff to do, but that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to give everybody a heads up. I'd like to play some of this old Paul Harvey. He was famous for, and now the rest of the story. One of those kind of things. So he builds you up on a story, and then he hits you with this amazing ending.
That phrase kind of sounds familiar.
And now the rest of the story. Yeah, that's what he was famous for.
Now I can't decide if I want to spend the $60 and make sure you have the same DLC.
No! Oh my gosh. Man, thank you. Thank you though. Thank you.
But I can't do that until you accept my friend request on Steam, so I'm kind of stuck.
All right.
That's the only way you can hold me back from doing anything.
Really? Is by denying your friendship?
Yeah. How does it feel?
Awful. I don't even have a log. Let me log in. They're having a weekend deal right now. There's one up there called Victoria 3. I haven't even heard of Victoria. Tower Defense Fest. Atom Fall, 50% off. Publisher sale weekend. Notifications. Hazardous.
Gotcha. Continue to gift options.
Have you heard about Manor Lords?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I think I tried to watch somebody play it once.
I have picked that one up, and every now and then I really get into that. I better take off. Been sitting here. Oh, I'm trying to find my Paul Harvey. That's what I was doing. I had it set, but everything in the media player sucks. And I put stuff in there, and then I can't find it. Anyway, 2:36. I'm going to get this airplane up in the air, and again, I'm getting ready to put on this episode. I'm going to stop it and start it as I need to. But oh, here's one for Quinty.
Where's my
wow.
Got my wallet.
Now, the rest of the story. The pilot of the naval torpedo bomber knew that he should not have let that 20-year-old Army private on board.
Buying games for friends.
The pilot's faulty judgment was understandable enough. The young private had been frantic. Stuck in Seattle, his weekend pass running out fast. He would be AWOL if he couldn't fly immediately to Monterey and scramble back to Fort Horn before
I have this weird issue with letting
the private
Steam have
explained he could
my
not afford
payment
commercial
information
airfare.
permanently.
But he had been advised that uniformed military could hitch a ride on...
I'd better wait until you start your show. I'm going to hold off for playing Paul Harvey.
Oh,
and they got me on the silly dirt runway again.
Alright, I sent you Farm Simulator.
Wow. Hazardous, thank you so much.
No worries, my friend.
I will, as soon as I conclude, I will get it installed.
It's just the base game.
Okay.
I'll probably send you.
Well, what would I need now? Well, how much is it, and what do I need?
You don't need anything.
Well, what's the DLC?
So, like, if I were you,
yeah,
I would just buy the 1 year season pass for $40. And that will come up with everything up to about a month ago. And then they just started the year 2. And that's another $35, but they haven't released anything for year 2 yet. So there's not much value in spending the extra $35 for the year 2.
Oh, okay.
But if you spend the $40, you'll get everything that's released up till basically a month ago.
And it's called a season 1 pass?
It's called the Year 1 Season Pass.
Year 1 Season Pass on Steam.
Yeah. So
all right.
You go to the game page and just scroll down for the content for this game section. It's right there.
And that'll hook me up with everything that you have, and I'll be able to see everything that you have.
Yeah. And then in another couple months, once they actually start releasing content for this, I'm sure I'll pick up the year 2.
So can 3 people play at once?
I think you can have up to 8 people in a server.
All working on a farm?
all working together on a farm.
All right.
You can all work together on one farm where each player can have their own farm set up with their own funds and their own thing going on.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Like, I just want to, like, be a farmhand. Go cut the grass. We need grass. We're gonna need this. We're gonna need that. Go deliver the stuff. We got stuff to do over here. Yeah.
I was always a fan of just like everybody works on the same farm and works together for one goal.
No news yet from my side.
I like that. I like that idea a lot.
They're quite concerned, as you can imagine. We all hope you'll bring him back home, buddy.
Gotta learn the ropes, you know?
Yeah. So you can play with that in some extra free time and get used to the game, and then if you ever want to...
Well, I think when you're playing it coming up soon, I'm gonna just make the time and, like I said, learn the ropes. I can go learn it by myself, but I kind of want to. That's Phineas the farmer role playing out. I don't know anything. Tell me what to do.
Right.
That's gonna be neat. Be great. Oh, thank you so much. I'll tell Christine what you did, and not that I have to. It's just, you know, I always go through her about any money being spent, just so that, you know, I know that we're all good.
Well, everybody's kind of on a budget.
Right, so, but considering...
When I do things, I don't expect it to come back to me. I do it out of kindness, you know?
Yes, sir. So I'll tell her, and she'll be like, oh, that's very kind. I'll say, well, I need a DLC now. Let's just say, oh, and now she'll say, okay. Because now I need this, and I need the DLC.
Well, see, and like the game that I just set up for this stream has all this DLC added to it, so you wouldn't be able to join it.
Right. That's what I'll tell her. Yep, there you go. Yeah, he got me the game so I can play with them, but now I need the DLC. And that's on me. So.
Yeah. Well.
I don't need hot dogs this week. I don't need cigarettes this week.
No. Gotta cut back for some cooler things.
Exactly. Getting too fat anyway.
Skydude Searchers
Well, I'm gonna head out and get
yes.
for this stream. So
all right.
With yours.
All right. Well, you pass on my good Sunday to you, to Atlas, and you both have a great time. And I'm gonna be joining you sooner than later.
That sounds good.
All right. Have a great Sunday, my friend.
You too.
Oh, that was awesome. Wow. Hey, Almost Aaron is going shopping. He'll be back later. All right, now I can put on Paul Harvey. We have, well, at least we'll get started with this thing. And I hope you can hear it. It seems awfully low, but it was recorded in, I don't know, 2000 BC or something, you know, so you might have to turn it up a little bit.
Naval aircraft, providing there was an extra seat. That's how he'd made it to Seattle to visit his girlfriend in the first place. But there were no seats aboard the torpedo bomber. The pilot had explained the only available space was in the radar compartment in the tail of the plane, and the private would never fit in there. But the young man begged, and the pilot relented. They squeezed the former into the radar compartment, and they had taken off for the Naval Air Station at Monterey. Well, that was hours ago. They should have landed by now, but the coast of California was socked in. Fog, no way to find the airbase. No way even to stay aloft over land unless they wanted to knock the top off a mountain or maybe run out of fuel and crash in a populated area. So the pilot headed out to sea. The torpedo bomber was about a mile from shore. When the motor sputtered and died, the pilot brought her down as gently as possible amid the angry swells, and after several bone-jarring jolts, the plane was dead in the water. Twilight was fast becoming night as the pilot and his young hitchhiker clambered out onto the wings of the plane. If they were anywhere near the craft when it sank, they could be sucked down with it. So the two wished each other good luck and dove into the churning Pacific. As night fell, the bioluminescence of tiny sea life set the ocean aglow. In the eerie blue light, the pilot could see the jellyfish swarming, first dozens and then hundreds, it seems. He shouted to the young private, "Look out!" But the answer was faint in the distance, barely distinguishable from the voice of nature roaring all around them. And then the pilot felt the searing sting of the first jellyfish. And then he was engulfed by them in the glowing sea. Still most of a mile from land, he could only succumb to the poison and to the waves, the irresistible forces that raged in the night, and thus he died. So this is a tribute to an unknown soldier. This is a tribute to a Navy pilot running low on fuel who headed out to sea rather than risk one civilian life. And if he is listening from wherever, sir, I want you to know the young private who hitched a ride on your last flight, the Army boy who so desperately wanted to get back to his own base, did get back. He swam the torturous mile through turbulent seas, teeming with poison tails and bathed in blue fire. He fought the overwhelming fatigue in the treacherous undertow. He walked barefoot 8 miles to safety and eventually onto motion picture screens all over the world as Clint Eastwood. From the beginning of his movie career, Clint Eastwood has always played a tough guy. Well, now you know how tough he really is. Because now you know the rest of the story.
Wow.
The rest of the story.
So that one wasn't very long at all. I thought they were longer than that. That was a short one. Wow. Clint Eastwood. Well, that's so.
Search area. Eyes wide.
That's so sad that the pilot died. But again, it was an act of heroism by not trying to put it down into a civilian area. Wow. I'm gonna need to post that one on X. More people should remember that story before Eastwood passes. And he's getting up there, and I hate it. I hate. Time and I are not friends. I'm not friends. Life is literally too short. And when you see your heroes aged and emaciated and ravaged by age and time and everything else, it just chaps my hide, my friends. Just when you're starting to figure things out in this world. And then, again, at any time, you know, the absurdity of it all. You're rough. 47 minutes after the hour. Then if you play something, all right, so for example, I played that Paul Harvey clip and I sent it over and to just play it in the media player. Well, then it blows out everything else that you had in there. Then you need to go to your playlist and load your playlist back into your, which is silly. But I'm beginning to understand the logic behind it a little bit more.
Trek Radio.
It's time to puff, puff, pass. You're listening to the 420 show on Trek Radio.
Up a little bit, baby. Come up. Come
Music
up.
to harmonize your coils to. You're listening to Trek Radio, broadcasting to the UFP and beyond.
The year is 1972. It's our last trip to the moon. One of them is gathering rocks when the capsule hatch door locks. Now he's lonely astronaut.
And then the clones fought the battle droids, and there was a big lightsaber duel with Count Dooku. And that was the end.
Thanks, NASA Control. Yeah, that science fiction stuff sounds pretty wild. Can you imagine if people could actually travel through space in ships? Why, if they could do that, maybe they could get me off the fucking moon!
Don't worry, these new movies are nothing compared to the original trilogy.
Ah, yes, the first 3 Star Wars films. Where was I when those came out? Why, if I'm not mistaken, I think I was on the fucking moon!
Here's something that'll cheer you up. Last week, Congress passed the Moon Rescue Act.
You mean the bill to send a ship to rescue me? It finally passed?
That's right.
This is fantastic! When will the ship get here?
Well, the bill was watered down a bit from its original form. Congress decided it was too expensive to send a ship, so instead they decided to get a thinking of you greeting card. Would you like me to read it to you?
You the shit, motherfucker!
They originally went with Garfield until they realized you didn't know who that was, so they got you a Snoopy.
The card. Have you seen any other movies lately? I'm bored out of my mind up here.
What was that movie I rented last week? Oh yeah, Red Planet. But you don't want me to describe it to you. It was laughable.
And why is that?
Scientific inaccuracies. It was nothing like our planned trip to Mars.
Sorry, NASA, I didn't copy that.
I said it was nothing like our planned trip to Mars.
Your planned trip to Mars?
Yes.
You said Mars, not the moon.
That's right.
Well, what could I possibly say to that except you fucking piece of shit?
Bill, the sun's coming up. We're about to lose communication. Signing off.
12 hours later.
Bill, I'm starting my shift, and I just wanted to check in.
Motherfucker! One of them was gathering rocks when the capsule hatch door locked. Now he's a lonely astronaut.
Or lonely astronaut.
Radio. If you haven't heard, the Klingons have attacked the Gorn. On the star charts, that's the entire eastern half of the United Federation of Planets now in conflict. If you have no reason to be on the eastern front of the UFP, stay away. The UFP would like to extend some free travel and vacation time to the inner worlds for any citizens who find themselves in conflicted territory. Please contact your local travel guide for arrangements. Remember, the good life starts with UFP.
Mom and Daddy aren't into me. Go get a job and go get out of my life. Cause the scenes in the therapy, it'll be best if you just open your eyes. Only one other place to waste my time and everyone to leave me alone. Maybe they'll all regret what they said when they see me on a TV show. Oh well, I don't wanna be good, I just wanna be good. Looking, I'm coming straight out of a model home. I feel the good life in my heart, I know it's out there. I got the cream, I'm gonna show you what I'm supposed to be. You got the peaches, I got the cream, I'm gonna show you what I'm supposed to be. You got the peaches, I got the cream, I'm gonna show you what I'm supposed to be. I got the cream.
of Space Station K7. That was Brad Sucks with Model Home.
Street Radio.
This show brought to you by Mikach.
But if something stands out,
I'm replicating that.
Where are you? Where be ye? I would die, but we're already close to overspeeding, and we were overspeeding.
It's time to puff puff pass. You're listening to the 420 show on Trek Radio.
All right, we have found our person. I'm just gliding down. Don't want to push the engine, overspeed anything in a fall. Get up a little bit. We're getting there. All right, kicking the flaps in. The only thing I think you got to be watch out for is a couple of these that we've done. Everything looked nice and flat up to the plane, and then right before the plane, there was like a 6-foot ditch right in front. Well, Control B shut the music off. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Huh? Funny. All right, we got you. How you doing there, pal?
But it all ended well. Come back quickly. We're all waiting for you.
And up and away. Probably would be easier to turn and go around this way. Try to immediately climb over the mountain. Yep. All right, flaps up.
Hey, Sebastian. We just got off the phone with someone of your family. Everyone is so relieved. They've asked us to tell you how much they need you home.
Talk to them again. Please tell them I miss them so much too.
Will do.
Let's see if I can find another one of those. Paul Harvey. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I always thought that they were longer. I'm sure some of them were. I swore they were multiple parts. Maybe those were the Sunday one. I don't know. He's got one for Gene Roddenberry, George Lucas, Mark McGuire, Mark Twain, a second one for Mark Twain, Merle Haggard, Cassius Clay, Captain Kidd, Buckminster Fuller, Bob Dylan, Bjorn Borg, Billy Joel, Benedict Arnold, Barbra Streisand. Nice. Let's try that one with check the queue. Probably came in at the bottom. All right. Paul Harvey on
I will call the mechanic team tomorrow.
Gene Roddenberry. I shouldn't be giving away the names because then it gives away the rest of the story.
Letting it there. Or I know. Nothing will happen until
Now, the rest of the story. Eugene Wesley was a small boy, but he was outbound on the adventure of a lifetime. He could feel the ship rocking beneath him. He could smell the salty air. He could taste the wind-swept spray. He could see the gulls soaring majestically overhead. And there were sounds, more than just the wash of the waves on the hull. Strange, wonderful sounds. Perhaps the voices of surfacing sea monsters that had risen to inspect the vessel. But little Gene had not gone to sea, nor had he even left home. For the oceanic expanse which he sailed was his own backyard. And his mighty ship was a mere cardboard box. And yet for hours Eugene would sit in that box, charting exciting courses in his mind, so consumed by his own imagination that his parents began to worry. Pretending was one thing, they reasoned, but this was something different, maybe even dangerous. And if it were, Eugene's mother, Caroline, had only herself to blame.
I was hoping not
because Eugene was not yet school age when it was discovered that he was seriously ill with asthma. And to make the long bedridden months pass more easily for the child, his mother read him stories aloud. And when Mother could no longer satisfy Eugene's insatiable appetite for stories, she taught him how to read, and so it was at a remarkably early age that Eugene submerged himself in literature, adventure mainly, the cowboy sagas of Zane Grey, and Jonathan Swift's tale of a giant among the Lilliputians. Mother Caroline was the first to sense trouble. She told her husband that Eugene was not only preoccupied with his beloved books, but he was becoming obsessed with the stories themselves. And then, to make matters even worse, an outside influence, a man Eugene's parents had never met, a man whom they did not even know existed, a real, live person who lived over a neighbor's garage, a man whom Eugene began to visit after his long illness had passed, a man who described himself as an ex-con, but who was now trying to be good. And indeed it seemed that he was, and the fellow did become a friend of Eugene. The only aspect of their friendship of which the boy's parents would certainly not have approved was the storytelling. The man whose name has long since been forgot filled Eugene's head with adventures even more incredible adventures than those of which he had read. Adventures in science fiction. And yet, despite the depths of his imagination, Eugene always managed to return to the real world. And one day, he returned to us with a legend that has captivated television viewers for more than a quarter century. You may never have met Eugene Wesley Roddenberry, Gene Roddenberry, but now you'll always envision a boy in a box, engulfed in the fantasy of an ocean voyage that never was, and yet who one day commanded the voyages of the Starship Enterprise to go boldly where no mind had ever gone before, and to create the unforgettable characters and the intriguing stories. Yes, Gene was the author of the modern mythology, which you know as Star Trek. Only now you know the rest of the story. Now, the rest of the story.
Let's pause. That was fantastic. That was way fantastic. I really enjoyed that. Wow. I think they need to bring Star Trek back. I would want to reboot the whole thing. I learned something early on in that, in studying the history and different aspects of academia on Star Trek and science fiction in general. That when a story, one of the things that made it popular is Star Trek is our future. It's not fantasy. It is our world. It is the future. And when the stories get too far out in the timeline, they don't give the current viewer any hope for tomorrow. It's too far out. I'm going to be dead. Right? But when you bring a story closer into the current timeline, it adds a connection there. And since the Next Generation, they've just gone further and further and further and further out into the timeline. And, you know, everybody's got their opinion on what Star Trek should be now, and so many stories that the fans want, and that's cool. They want them to keep the story going out past the 24th century. But then the shows don't do very well.
Mike Alpha Quebec traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo Tree 14. 2 miles south, 5,000, inbound to land, runway 12. Mike Alpha Quebec.
So if you follow me on social media and have been for a while, then you know that I've definitely pitched a Roddenberry story. A Roddenberry-based reboot that starts with him. Very much like that story. There's an influence. There's a lot of influences. So it's still one, his parents and his family and friends think he might be a little crazy. But again, it's still our world. So going back to the, before 1950, and then introducing later things after he joined the military and became a pilot. Oh, it's a good story. Anyway, I would want to reboot Star Trek to that point in time, to reestablish it firmly into this world. And since Star Trek has come out, we have now so much ufology and UFO history after Roswell, and in this modern area with all the UFO groups and there's just so much more to add. Yeah. There's just so much more to add. I don't think the best stories of Star Trek have been told yet. And I think those are the ones that really ground into what's been going on since, from 1954. Like, introduce Gene, but then move the story up a little bit. And then move it up a little bit. Start easing it towards the 60s. Easing it into the 60s. And his involvement with all the other groups and people, famous people, that helped launch Star Trek. But always add the alien or Federation twist into it in the background. I mean, what's their purpose? Why are they doing it? Why is it an imperative that they create a show like Star Trek? What is the importance to the survival of humanity that they create and produce a show like Star Trek? What's the mission? Really, they're telling us we're not off the runway? Okay, we are.
You're a lifesaver, Skydude searchers, you know? Welcome back, and congrats on behalf of everyone here.
Anyway, I have created the synopsis for like, you know, a season. Star Trek Roddenberry. And then actually moving into a second season, Star Trek First Class. Secret Space Programs, The Majestic 12, Sub Rosa, Roswell. They've already kind of touched on Roswell several times and, you know, incidents that have happened. And that's still a way to link it all into stuff going on in the 20. There's just so many ways. But anyway, that's what I would do. You got to start it and really reground it into today. Yesterday and today. Oh, yeah, good. Oh man, for a second there, I thought the microphone was out. It occasionally just trips out. That's not bad money. 272,600 credit. Oh, and there went some of my reputation. Yeah. I don't want to get too caught up in it. Oh, I finally got my spirit rating, because the very next moment it goes away. Were you able to hear that, Paul Harvey? It sounds awful low in my headphones. And I tried to turn it up, and it shows it's redlining. So I'm hoping that as it's going out through OBS, that it sounds fantastic. And that you're able to hear it all right. But if it's not, please let me know. Yeah, the desktop audio in general is... impressive. Test 1, 2, 2. Why does it? Playback speaker. Property. Double. That says that's 100%. Sounds up on my volume. All right, we're up to 4,482. Update notifications. Restart the sim to update your streamed content. Okay, so we'll just take a small little break right here. Not long, just long. Smoke cigarette and restart this thing. So stand by, folks, and I'll put on some music for you.
It's time to puff puff pass. You're listening to the 420 show on Trek Radio.
Thanks for flying UFP Starlines. We have arrived at Rigel 4. Please put your trays in the upright position and start exiting the Starliner. Chad?
Yes, please start filing out in an orderly manner.
This isn't Ryza.
Oh, I'm sorry. Being responsible for your ticket destination is not part of my job description.
Hey.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for flying UFP Starlines. Bye-bye.
My luggage.
Crazy.
We'll beam outside. Bye-bye. Follow my pointing fingers. Bye-bye.
Hi, excuse me. How many points do I get for this trip?
I'm sorry. Do my ears look pointy to you? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Brad.
Rubber rooms and taking fun pills, filling up on notes and dollar bills. It's the price you pay for feeling okay. You're the strangest girl I've ever met, sending weird signals to my head. Fixing my brain, but I'm afraid I won't feel the same. 'Cause baby, it's all I do. I've been thinking about fixing my brain, but I'm afraid I won't feel the same. 'Cause baby, it's all time up in bed, thinking about the things I think you said. It's been on my mind, and it's hard to find. Bad habits come and go. I'm afraid my mind is getting slow. Fixing my brain, but I'm afraid I won't feel the same. 'Cause baby, it's all I do. I've been thinking about fixing my brain, but I'm afraid I won't feel the same. 'Cause baby, it's all so hard to understand. I just wanna get in the sun again, the sun again, the sun again, the sun again. I swear it's not so hard to understand. I just wanna get in the sun again, the sun again, the sun again, the sun again.
Brad sucks, fixing my brain. All right, the simulator's just getting restarted now. So I wonder what they have up in there. They're saying that the streaming content is being updated. They might be having a sale. But I'm going to the main page. Nothing really popping out. A free trial of the Northrop 38 Talon. Quick looking little thing. Let me go into my library. They just have they don't have one just for 2024. They have 2020. What? Called probably just third party. Imagine they're having a sale on real trees, 60% off, $3.99. Real tree size. A lot of birds. I need all those to come down to $1 sale. $6.99 for some birds. For the birds. That's a lot of hard work for them though. That's cool. I'm just broke all the time and cheap. World updates. Owned, so nothing there. I didn't see anything in the forums today. So yeah, probably just third party. They do have that Jurassic World Archipelago. I'm gonna pick that up by Orbix. Orbix always makes amazing stuff. I feel like a leader, like some stuff. Real taxiway signs, 33% off, $3.99. That's something Microsoft should have done. I mean, I think they all are rather accurate, but no matter what, I mean, that's their job, in my opinion. Citation, MH-60 helicopter. Supercarrier bundle. Airbus Ultimate Bundle. What I really want to get next is Go Fish, and I don't think it's available yet here on the marketplace. You have to go over to the Parallel 42 website, see if it's in yet. Put it in. No result. Go Fish is the fishing add-on for Microsoft Flight Simulator. And I really recommend getting this one too. The Campout utility by Parallel 42. It's wonderful. I love doing the role-playing thing and landing and imagine I'm camping. And now I'm going to get fishing. Oh, this is so good. It's kind of like what Hazardous was saying earlier. You have to have it. I mean, I think you might be able to see my content if I lay it down. I'm not really sure how that works. You might have to have it to be able to see it. I don't know. Speaking of products, YouTube has hooked me up with these like product releases and I can tag products. So this is the joystick I've been using for the last, 10 years. Logitech Extreme. And even that is terribly expensive now. It was $39.95 when it came out. Now they want $100 plus $139. That's thievery. Everything is terribly expensive. And I just picked up that Turtle Beach Velocity. It was expensive too. And then they're like, would you like to make a donation? I'm like, I just made a $20 donation to tax. $20 worth of tax on top of, and buying it at the store. Like, I just made all the donations I'm going to make today. That's ridiculous. All right, back to career. And as stated earlier, we are now up 4 million. 4,482,000. At the end of the day, I'm going to end up having to pay a lot out probably for repairs and stuff, but hey, that's not bad. I mean, it took me over a year just working as an employee to get 2.9, 3 million. Almost a year or more. And here I am back to 4 million in just several days. And then I've already bought a bunch of planes. I've already spent another 3 million. You do end up making the money fast as an owner. I'm going to check in my plane here, and I'm going to find a new job here and see about another one of these Paul Harvey.
Now, the rest of the story. February 13, 1913 was Tom's unlucky day. Will the defendants please rise? Tom and the others rose. The foreman read the verdict. We, the jury, herein do find the defendants guilty in manner and form as charged in each of the 3 counts. The 3 counts: criminal conspiracy, restraint of trade, maintaining a monopoly.
Oh.
Tom and the men who'd been his co-workers regarded one another in stunned silence. And then the sentencing. Tom got the maximum, 1 year in the Miami County Jail, a fine of $5,000. At 38 years of age, his reputation was ruined, his future was dead. And as the convicted co-conspirators trudged into custody, Tom reflected on the failures of which his life had been comprised. His childhood in upstate New York was distinguished only by his incessant scrawling of graffiti. Obsessed with making his presence known, he wrote his name on everything in town. But it is far easier to announce one's self than to establish one's self, as Tom was to learn the hard way. He grew up, tried teaching, failed. Tried bookkeeping, failed. Next he sold pianos, then he sold sewing machines off the back of a horse-drawn cart, but not many of them. So he sold securities to the hayseeds who wandered into town, but when the flashy salesman for whom Tom worked ran off with all of the money they'd collected, the eager young man was right back where he'd started. So he got a job at the National Cash Register Company. It was the first really promising thing that had ever happened to him. At last, Tom said to himself, the opportunity to scratch his name on something bigger than a mailbox. But what NCR's new salesman did not know about restraint of trade eventually hurt him. Encouraged by his brash employer, assisted by a team of zealous associates, Tom set out to hammer NCR's competition into the ground by whatever means necessary. And it worked for a while, for many years in fact. But then came the discovery of their deeds and the indictments in a 3-month trial culminating in convictions and jail sentences for guilty parties. Pending an appeal, Tom was released on $5,000 bail. About that time, his luck and his outlook slowly began to change. His conviction was overturned more than a year later on a technicality. By then he was 40, fired after 18 years at the National Cash Register Company and deeply in debt, but he was free. And to mark the happy occasion, he vowed that the next time he scrawled his name on something, that signature would be something that he could be proud of. Well, it was. In 1914, Tom was a loser, a failed teacher, a failed bookkeeper, failed piano and sewing machine securities and cash register salesman, dead broke and a hair's breadth from the slammer. But then, that same year, he got a job with a struggling little tabulating company and nursed it back to health, and then he took it over, and he renamed it IBM. IBM? IBM. And the business world worldwide called Thomas J. Watson a genius and a man of destiny. Well, you know the rest of the story.
Do we? I thought IBM was German, and I thought that was the big problem with IBM over here, is during the war we were using, we were buying German stuff from the German. IBM computer. I don't know. We're gonna need to know more of the rest of the story on that one, I think. Ooh. Pardon me if I turn the in-game engine sounds down, playing those. So earlier in the week we were playing a lot of Arthur Yoria tracks, and then over the last couple of days we've been playing mostly Brad Sucks, and I want to play a couple here from Arthur as we're flying over there. This is Arthur Yoria. This is one I don't know that is available on YouTube. It might be, but I mean, he did a lot of stuff that never really went out. An old one that I have from him. He's still credited as the creator, but he had done a side band project called Bondo Camaro, and he was part of that group. This is from that. This is Arthur Yoria with Top Speed. Oh, crap. Okay, good. Thought I was in the wrong screen. Yeah.
Now, the rest of the story.
Oh, no.
February 13, 1913 was Tom's unlucky day. Will the defendants please rise? Tom and the others rose. The foreman read the
we heard
verdict.
this one. This is IBM. Okay.
Skydude searchers, how's it going on your end?
I don't know
Hope you'll be on site soon.
how this one is going to go.
We have to find her
Copyright.
fast. Everyone here is stressed, and we don't want anyone deciding to conduct the search themselves.
An amazing tune. Arthur Yoria. Yoria. Arthur Yoria. Oh, how could that one not move you on this fine Sunday afternoon watching Skydude? I mean, I played some amazing... Oh, I'm overspeeding. I played some amazing Arthur tunes so far. And there's more. All of the good stuff is usually locked up behind more paid licensing. Yeah. These are the ones that at the moment, you know, are more expensive to get. Anyway, he's got a number of tracks.
Careful once you reach the zone. Conditions can change quickly out there.
Yeah, that you can use in your own live streams. With Arthur, a lot of them are usually shared, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So, talking about YouTube's creator music, you don't know what that is, or if you might not have it, just depending on your level or your whatever, your account. That one, Top Gear, that was early on, and I can see how that one... Again, I don't know how good the quality of the version that I got was, but I can see how that one needed a lot more studio engineering, the levels. And it probably is out there on YouTube. I just haven't looked. I just rely on what I have. .2 miles, 25 .13 nautical miles. Search zone. Start coming down. This person is lost, and they're pretty much right inside of a city. I love these missions that aren't too far away. Like, just climb on top of a hill and you'll be able to see the town right over there. Oh my lord. Can you imagine paying $300,000 to get picked up by search and rescue when you're a mile away, a couple miles away from a town? I won't live till the morning. I can't survive. How weak we are these days.
Last known position was around you now. Her vehicle is orange. May help.
Okay, bring the search zone. Oh, it's right. Look at it, right there, right there. You should look at. They're literally across the street from a building, and they're on the other side of town in a field. Look right there at 11 o'clock. Oh, I love it. That's great. Oh my God, we're stranded. Oh, that's too funny. You should land the way the grooves are running in the field.
The guys from Llanos are already patrolling there.
Ah. On the field down there, yeah. I mean, with a plane like this, you can probably cut across the grooves, the furrows. But normally, if you are coming in for an emergency landing in the, in here or even in the real world, get in the habit of trying to go in the same direction as the hell's the term? The furrows, plowing, because up in the air, I mean, they could just be planting just some ground herbs or something, and they don't have big furrows, but they could be planting something else more substantial with have pretty deep grooves, and that could take you out. Okay, flaps are all the way up. Just kind of coming in on idle.
Skydude searchers, base 1. I found a 44. She managed to pull over at a safe spot. Coordinates 30 north, 108 west.
Some tough moments, but it all ended well. Come back quickly. We're all
It could be a zombie town. Maybe there's nobody there, actually. Or it was a mock town created by the military for bombing experience. There's actually nobody here. Hilarious. Oh no, landing gear malfunction. Those ruts, even though I was going the right way. Oh my. Were the parking brakes on? Things shouldn't have been. I mean, I had to press them. But normally if I use my joystick button, it just engages and then disengages. Doesn't hard lock in. Flaps off.
Hey Laura, we've just got off the phone with someone of your family. Everyone is so relieved. They've asked us to let you know they're counting the minutes until they see you.
If you talk to them again, please tell them I miss them so much too.
All right.
Got it.
Nice gentle cruise back. Get the trim up. If you were not using your trim, don't know how to use your trim yet, please, I implore you, even if you're like, I'm on a controller, it doesn't matter. You need to know how to use your trim. Especially if you're like, well, I'm not going to be using autopilot. I like flying manually. Well, then you need to learn how to use your trim. It's absolutely vital. But I've survived this far without it. Yeah, I know. Look, come on. Try to be a little professional. Learn something. You need to know what trim is. Okay? So, I think the best way that they taught trim was in Microsoft Flight Simulator Pacific Combat. Okay? Because they give you a plane and you need to do an island patrol and look out for any Japanese forces that are coming into the area. It's your patrol. and you've got to hop like 9 Hawaiian islands and then make it back to your base on your patrol. Okay. So the first time you do it, it tells you in the instructions you need to trim your plane out for the best configuration to do this. And I didn't fully understand trim. And I'm like, okay, whatever that means. And so I start going, and I'm already on a full tank, running out of gas, like by my 3rd island. Like, what? This game is broken. This game is stupid. You know? What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? I thought I really didn't understand even what the term trim meant. I tried it again and again and again, and I'm okay. Still crashing by like 3rd or the 4th island. Like, it's impossible. You can't make this. You can't do a patrol. Broken. It wasn't broken. It was just me. I was the broken one. Didn't go grab a book. We didn't have YouTube or the internet back then really, so I could just go, what is trim? What is trim in an airplane? Anyway, there are little tabs on your ailerons and your elevators that you can use for fine tuning in your flight controls. Like if you've got a little bit of a wind that's constantly pushing you over to one direction, you can use a little right rudder trim. If you've got one that's constantly kind of like rolling you like this, you can apply aileron trim. If you're trying to do perfectly straight and level flight, the pitch power trim stuff. So what we need to do is we need to get this aircraft into a perfectly level flight where it's and where my power is as minimum as possible. All right. But right now, I'm climbing. I need to use my trim. And I'm in cruise mode. I'm at, like 4,500 RPM. I'd rather be down towards 2,100 or even 3,000 for cruise RPM. So I'll pitch down and try to get it straight and level, and then get it to pull it back to 3,000 RPM. Once I get it right kind of where I want altitude wise, try to get 3,000. Now try to maintain no climb again. Okay, she wants to fall. So I want to now, she's naturally going to want to fall. Once she falls, she starts climbing again. So she's going to do a little bit of bobbing and weaving up and down. Okay, in this case, she's not. She's just falling. So now I'm going to use my trim to try to get my nose up. So I'm not climbing or falling. And then make sure that my eye is on my throttle, and I want to be around 3,000 RPM. Now I'm getting closer and closer to that straight and level. Oops, falling. So I'm using my trim now to pitch the nose up just ever so slightly. I have to put a tiny bit more in. 3,000. More able to handle that. Our goal is to get her to stay right in that region right there. And if she's going to bounce up and down a little bit, try to always find neutral in straight and level. I mean, if the winds are still, it's not always perfect. You can't always get it perfect. But it's so close. All right, so in a configuration like this, can't be hurry on a patrol. You just got to be Mr. Quiet, Mr. Stealthy. You need to save as much fuel as possible. So you need to be able to try to hold a configuration of straight and level with as little RPM as possible. Let me bring it down even more, see if we can do it. At some point, we might just too much power to the flaps. You know, I haven't tried to try it with flaps. Let me put a little bit of flaps in. Okay, so pitch power trim. We're already pitched. Go for power. 2150 is a Cessna cruise. Very slow, but boy, you save a lot of fuel. Put our best shot. Keep tapping the trim in. Try to get the nose to 0. It's always falling a little bit. Having a real tough time. That RP. A little bit more power. A little bit more power. Just a little bit more power. Come on, come on. Right there, at least she hit it. She's gonna come down a little bit. Again, we gotta try to find that sweet spot, even if she's going up and down a little bit.
Captain, anything to nibble around here for a little hunger? Never been so happy to eat a stale energy bar.
All right, so we're about 2,600, 2,700 RPM. I think that's as much trim as I can almost maybe put in. But she's still flying straight and level. Yeah, there's going to be some jostling. But as long as you're in the ballpark, so you see how, you know, you need your trim. You need your trim to be able to help hold you right where you need to be in the ballpark. This one has got some right rudder tendency up. When you start stalling out, you don't have enough RPM to maintain it. Gotta put more.
Mike Kilo Tango traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo 6111 for miles southeast, 6400 inbound to land, runway tree 0. Mike Kilo Tango.
Start pushing those back down. I'm back up to 3,000 RPM. And right, so back to 2500, and now I'm applying trim down. I wanted to, you know, maintain a small descent without going crazy. .500 feet per minute. And again, as we pick up speed, it's going to want to nose up, so you use the trim. Try to keep that nose down. So once I figured trim out and I was able to put it into straight and level flight as slow as possible, it then became no problem to do a patrol. The next biggest problem is running into enemy. So now what do? You attempt to, do you have enough, can you now have it trimmed well enough to do your patrol and make sure that you have enough fuel left over that if you do run into anybody out there, that you can try to be the hero of the day and drop a bomb on some ships. You have to really learn how to hover and learn how to use your mixture and try to just lean everything so you're just like a bird soaring, where you're just using the winds to keep you afloat, barely. So, I wish they would re-release that for Microsoft Flight Simulator, the combat stuff. They're very anti-violence, I guess. I almost think I want to come in and approach from the other direction. And I need to be close, but damn landing gear's damaged.
Mission accomplished even with this risky landing. The best pilots are also lucky.
It was definitely damaged as soon as we touched down and tipped forward. I didn't even touch the brakes. Good thing it's not telling me, look, be off the runway to shut down. It seemed to acknowledge that my gear was damaged. All right. Hard landing, undesignated landing area. Still got to figure that one out. They want. Okay. Next. I just got to take my mind off the reputation thing. It's nice, but it goes up and down that get to. Yeah. That'll get to you too much. Yep, damage. We're gonna have to fix that. Right. That means we're going to take a small break. 4 minutes after the hour here. Broadcasting from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Fine Sunday. It was actually snowy this morning. Okay, short smoke break. What do I have for my time here? How much time? 5 minutes. Okay, Turkish, 5 minutes. The de Havilland? Oh, I love the de Havilland. It doesn't love me. Do.
of vehicles. So there's a mower deck as well, right? Decks. Deck. You're on that one.
So what you're hearing here is, and what you're seeing here.
Okay. You bought 2 of those MZ54s?
Something I'm going to be joining in on soon, I think.
But I just sold one back.
Okay.
Is Commander Captain Atlas
square.
and Hazardous have teamed up to work a
Grass
farm together
fields.
in Farm
I will
Simulator.
plant the grass field now.
And that's them right now. So Hazardous bought me. He wants me to play. He bought me Farming Simulator 2025. But I'm going to need the add-on to join them, which is going to be 30, 40 bucks. So
Oh, you buy the 450?
That's really nice of him, and now I have no excuse but to get that DLC and join them. I've never played it before, but it looks really neat. And the more I watch it, the more I'm like, yeah, I'd like to join in on something like that. That seems fantastic.
Now I just gotta find a place to store this big-ass plow.
Yeah. Sure do.
I don't know if there's a building wide enough.
He's a good
to
driver,
take
too.
it.
I worry. I'm going to take stuff out.
Yeah, it's folded. Yeah. Not gonna fit in any of these.
All right.
I might just have to leave it in the open up at the front of the farm.
That's what I would do.
If I turn it off, the audio should... I'm still hearing them. Okay. Well, let me pause it over here then. All right, we're going to have to repair this plane after that damage. That was pretty significant. So, Skydive Search is a brand new plane, but I haven't had much problem up till now. I would like to confirm that I think that the Skydive passive exploit is working. Meaning that if you go set up a Skydive mission and then walk away, go to sleep, long extended AFKs, that your passives will keep working. Seems to be working. Got the checked up. Do an overall fail. Okay. Thing cleaned up. That looks good. Yeah, good enough. Okay. Ready. But we used up all the flight seats in the area. Have to move this one up there. Ooh. Maybe hit or miss. They could be out in the town area, which would be nice. Man, these are some pretty steep areas. I mean, we could hope that it's here. Well, we'll just have to do it and see what we get. It's like a 50-50. That could go really good, or you run on the side of one of these things. I need to find us another Paul Harvey. And I'm, again, still wondering if you're not able to hear it. It was recorded so long ago, and it's not a great recording. Trying to find that a new Paul Harvey. They've been cool. Heard one about Clint Eastwood that just blew my mind.
Now, the rest of the story. Bessie Whitehead, 5th grade teacher, had had enough. "Lewis," she exclaimed, "you will stay after class, and you can write on the blackboard 150 times, 'I am a bad boy.'" And he did. Now, Lewis was not really a bad boy. He was simply a prankster, a cut-up-a-class clown. But as a teen, Lewis fell in love with a bad boy sport, boxing. It was a Patterson, New Jersey neighbor, Johnny Lane, who initially inspired him. Johnny was on the fast track to fame as a prize fighter, tremendously impressed by Lewis's natural ability. "Get yourself a manager," Johnny Lane advised, and Lewis did. His friend Abe Green. And then Lewis picked a striking new last name for himself and started training. Conservative parents would disapprove of his career move, so Lewis beseeched everybody he knew who knew not to tell Mom and Dad. And through 10 triumphant professional fights, nobody did. Then one day, Lewis's Uncle Mike went to Lewis's father. Uncle Mike said, "Hey, I have tickets for the big boxing match in Ringwood tonight." Lewis's father, Sebastian, shrugged, "So?" But Mike went on to explain that though he realized Sebastian was generally uninterested in sports, there was this new fighter, Lou King, whom everybody was talking about. Lou King, everybody agreed, was coming on strong in the fight game, and he was boxing that very evening. Sebastian, rather than argue with Mike, said okay, he'd go, and imagine his surprise when the fight announcer that night called the name Lou King, and into the ring climbed Sebastian's own son. Well, Lou King won fight number 11. It was the one the following morning he was destined to lose. For by the time the victorious but battle-scarred boy came down to the breakfast table, his mother, Helene, had heard all about the night before. To Helene's credit, she did not shout, nor sigh, nor cry, but she expressed her sentiments this way. To Lewis, she said, "Do you remember when you were in the 5th grade and Miss Whitehead was very upset with you?" Lewis nodded. "You remember what she made you write on the blackboard 150 times?" Lewis remembered. "Well," said Helene, her gaze at once very hot and very cold, "that's the way I feel about you right now." Lewis spared his mother the trouble of repeating the hated phrase. "I am a bad boy," he offered quietly. And that was all anybody ever said on the subject thereafter. It was plenty. Lewis never put on boxing gloves again. What? But the self-deprecatory sentence that he had to write so many times on the blackboard for Miss Whitehead was to follow Lewis everywhere he went for the rest of his life. There was no telling what kind of a prize fighter he'd have made, considering his athletic ability and his early success, perhaps a very good one. And yet in another profession he became unique, irreplaceable, one of a kind. Not as Lou King, not even under his real name, Louis Francis Cristillo. For once upon a tidal wave of laughter, there was a comedy team comprised of 2 verbal sparring partners, Bud Abbott and a self-described bad boy, Lou Costello. Abbott and Costello. Now you know the rest of the story.
Oh, that was great.
Now, the rest of the story.
Thank you, Paul Harvey. Yeah, it's fantastic. I love those old kind of radio programs. Oh, that was a good one. Lou Costello. He proclaimed, "I'm a bad boy." Wasn't that one of his famous lines? Far out. I'm glad that put a smile on my face. I'm sure hopefully the search and rescue one will too, and it'll just put them out in the field somewhere too far from here and not on the side of one of these really horrible places. There's some place where we would have to abort. Yeah, almost Aaron, the Admiral, was saying that I should really look at the de Havilland.
Skydude searchers. Hope things are going well. You should be able to spot anything unusual from up there. We need to move fast. Keep us posted.
Now, the thing is, I love the de Havilland. I love it, but when I first started playing it, I was tipping the nose so much. I love the thing. One, aesthetically, the way it's designed, I love, the art deco-ness about it. I wish they would make it new instead of really old looking and make it look like somebody who's really upkept it from day one.
Glad you're on site.
But I love it. And I love it. But that one I've definitely had some problems with. Maybe with this new joystick and just some, recent experience, I'll do better with it. If that would be nice. Happy Sunday to you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. I have a super chat goal of, I would like to get 5 super chats. I've gotten 1 so far. And it's spelled his name all wrong, or I typed it in wrong. It's supposed to be hazardous.
When we lost track,
1 Z and an OUS.
she was driving an orange
Hazardous.
vehicle. Maybe easy to spot from where you are.
FDM. And he was my first super chatter for 2026. So I've got that wanky sign up, and I'll make a new one if I can get a couple more super chatters. That'd be great. If not, just please like and subscribe, and that would be fantastic. That'd help out tremendously. Every time you stop in, please hit that like button. If you don't have any followers or need another follower to do the same, hit that like and subscribe button for you. I'm it. Just go into the chat room and make sure you say hi. So I can see you, and I can go right to your channel and subscribe and turn on notifications for you. Welcome to the community. Thank you for joining my community. Okay, we're on a search and rescue. And we are in the search zone. So what we're looking for is red smoke, and they're using a mirror usually to get our attention. Sometimes it's really obvious right when you get in there. Sometimes it's not. They've gone both ways. It's been, oh wow, it's right there. Like that last one where she was basically inside the town. And then a couple I've had were 2 or 3 passes before I get it. Yeah, pretty wicked terrain right here. Some of these you might have to use a helicopter. Some of these you might have to abort. They're just too dangerous. And you have to have your aircraft within, let's say, like 20 feet of the person that you're trying to rescue. And I don't think that's right. I think it should be based on either your plane or you. So a good landing spot might just be a little bit better, a little bit further away, and then you can pop out and run over to them. And as soon as you are within 10 feet to 50 feet or whatever, that it triggers. And they can run all the way back to the aircraft with you. There. 9 o'clock. About.
Keep an eye out for a bright orange all-terrain car. It should be easy to locate.
Okay. You want to get down, so let me make sure there's no flaps in. And we want to dive as much as we can without overspeeding. Now, I know it's safe to be in the yellow zone relatively, but I don't know if it's that great of an idea. So we can still get a good dive on without really getting crazy with our speed. I think what we're going to want to do is land towards them on an uphill rather than a downhill. Hurry up. Wasting a little too much time getting down into them. And you do really want to go as fast as you can. Once you found them, get to them. Oh, maybe it would be better to try to, well, maybe that's pretty level, kind of up where they're at.
Skydude searchers, radar 5. I found a 44. She managed to stay safe at a safe spot. Coordinates 32 north, 105 west.
Now I just don't want to turn. Burn. In the butt. Stop you.
It's a good outcome, and that's what matters. Come back soon. You've been missed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Tell the family. I'm okay, please.
All right, we are good. Pops up, and now it's our. I'm not gonna be. I'm gonna still go. I'm still going to go as fast as I can on this turn. I'm not gonna low fly it.
We've just got off the phone with someone of your family. Everyone is so.
Let's get that nose down.
Asked us to tell you they can't wait to see you.
If you talk to them again, please tell them I miss them.
And try not to overspeed.
Sure.
Into the yellow, but not getting into the red. No, I like keeping it right on the green, right at the edge. Try to speed it up a little bit. So we heard one of the Paul Harvey stories that we heard earlier that blew my mind. There was a pilot and in the Army, and he picked up another, like a private, to fly with him. And something happened to the aircraft and the engine, and he was going to lose control, and he didn't want to bring it down over a civilian area. So he thought it was a better idea to turn towards the ocean and ditch it in the ocean.
I'm sure the mechanic team will find how to get the car back tomorrow.
So he does. He ditches it in the ocean, and him and this private are trying to make their way back to land. And a bunch of like jellyfish came out and attacked, and they got the pilot, and he succumbed to the damages, and he died. But the private made his way back to shore and to safety, and after an 8-mile hike, I don't know why they didn't put it down a lot closer, but whatever. It's the private makes it back, and that guy was Clint Eastwood. Why didn't they just make a movie about that at some point in his life? Right now, especially, he's getting so old. It makes me so sad. Makes me so sad to see my movie heroes growing up getting old.
7-2 November, Mike, traffic. Kin Sierra Sierra Kilo 19er 1 mile south for 1900, inbound to land. Runway tree, 7-2 November, Mike.
Wasn't where we took off from. Not that I recall. Took off from the dirt. Where's the truck? There's a road. Huh. We didn't get dinged.
You did great, team. Reuniting a family like that is something beyond words.
Donk. I thought we got to the person late, but they still gave us target retrieval time of 100%. Very kind to them. $136,500. $13,000 magic missiles per round. 197. If you play D&D when you're first level magic user, you can cast 3 magic missiles at once, and you can direct them to go wherever you want. You can strike 3 targets, or you can strike 1 target with 3 magic missiles. So as you progress levels, you get more and more magic missiles that you can launch. So, you know, in D&D, usually a good character can start capping around level 12. Okay, there probably are levels above that, like to 20, 25. But at that point, you're almost like a deity. So I imagine at those levels, you get unbelievable amounts of magic missiles per level. But here in the simulator, I mean, you'd never, ever reach level 197. But if you did, how many magic missiles would that be? That'd just be, you could take out a whole little army. Get them all. How dare you, foolish creatures, come unto me with violence. All right. I think that's going to wrap it up for me today. It is Sunday night, 4:42, just time to get cleaned up, get ready for dinner and all that other good jazz. And I wish you a wonderful Saturday night. I will be back tomorrow at some point. I'm not sure what my schedule fully is yet. But as soon as you know, I'll know. Thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. All right, Aaron, you take care. I'm surprised you haven't jumped into the Discord. Anyway, maybe we'll get you next week. All right. Cheers and happy Sunday to everybody. Good night.